That thou art blamed shall not be thy defect, for slander's mark is ever yet the fair. The ornament of beauty is suspect, a crow that flies in heaven's sweetest air. So thou be good. Slander doth but approve thy worth the greater, being wooed of time. For canker vice the sweetest buds doth love, and thou present'st a pure, unstained prime. Thou hast passed by the ambush of young days, either not assailed, or victor being charged. Yet this thy praise cannot be so thy praise to tie up envy, evermore enlarged. If some suspect of ill mask not thy show, then thou alone kingdoms of hearts shouldst owe. Sonnet 70. This one didn't really resonate with me thematically, but it had a bunch of really interesting language. I noticed a lot of adjacent S consonants, and like compound S words. Shouldst, presentst. There's one earlier too. And they often lead to interesting cadences. Thou hast passed by the ambush of young days. It was very interesting to chew on. But like thematically, it's so, and maybe it's just because I haven't gone. It's been a while since I did Sonnet 69. I want to say I had a couple weeks off, then I did Comedy of Errors, and then I had a couple more weeks off, and then I did Midsummer. So it's been a little while since I touched Sonnet 69, but there's been recently this like accusatory, but then defending the fair youth from accusations and slander, and it's a little tough to wrap my head around this. I mean, I guess the argument seems pretty sound of, if you're hot shit, people are going to try to tear you down. And so if someone's, I guess that, yeah, I mean, there's the, I can't remember. I'm sure this trope comes up in multiple settings, but the idea of like, if you're not ruffling feathers, you're not doing your job right. Like if you're not pissing people off, like I don't know. For me, it's bringing me to sports. I'm a basketball guy, and I want to say that was something Russell Westbrook said about like, if people aren't criticizing my game, then I'm not doing it right, kind of thing. And it's, I mean, it's interesting. It's, I think there is something to that. I think that, I mean, it's not an always true kind of thing. Like people criticizing you could have very legitimate reasons to be criticizing you, but substance, I think, can beget envy and criticism and people wanting to tear you down. Yeah, it's interesting. It felt kind of disconnected from like real stakes to me. It was a little more cerebral and philosophical and not as, didn't quite bring out any fire in me. So I don't know. It was an interesting sonnet, Sonnet 70. Can't believe we're 70 sonnets in. Not even halfway there yet, though. We're almost halfway there. 154 sonnets, so 77? I do the math right there? Yeah, I think so, maybe. Yeah, 77. So closing in on the halfway mark. And yeah, so that was Sonnet 70. I just want to take another quick minute to plug. Trying to crowdsource a little bit for a show that I'm going to be a part of in June called Ada in the Engine. I'm going to link the GoFundMe page in the comments, and I'd appreciate you checking it out. It's a really great play about Ada Lovelace, who is one of the earliest minds to grapple with the ideas that would lead to the first computer and computer programming, and really, really interesting story. I do want to quickly say that this fundraiser that I set up, we have a few goals that we're trying to meet, tied to set design and other elements. It's all in the fundraiser, but I did want to reemphasize so that we have about the fundraiser is going to close on the Friday of this week, which is International Women's Day, and I am matching dollar for dollar every cent that this fundraiser makes. So at this point, I think we're at like $380. So I'm $380 in on this. So once we get to 11:59 on the Friday, whatever it has made, I'm gonna donate. So make me sweat. So yeah, I'd love it if you check it out, and yeah, I'll be back with more sonnets next week. Thanks.